Streets report of the New World Order. Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Yeah, you see me my Earth Day hoodie, my Earth Day BFN joint. You go get that at blackfoxnews.com/shop. The link is actually in the Instagram bio. You know what I'm saying? You know, we back with the BFN reports like we never left, but here to inform y'all, or what y'all already know about, many of you. 90 wildfires right now flaming up the West Coast. You got cities like Portland, Seattle, San Fran. They're like they got the worst air quality out of the major, you know, some of the worst air quality out of all of the major cities in the world. Like, so it's getting serious out there. You talking about the hazy conditions caused from the fire can be seen all the way across on the East Coast in New York and in Washington, D.C. So it's crazy out there. And of course, the mayhem that has to come with it. You had Trump out there. He was actually confronted by the National Resources Secretary out there, Wade Crowfoot, who was basically saying, like, you know, we put out, you know, they had this roundtable discussion. He's like, we put our head in the sand and ignore the science, we're not going to be able to protect Californians. Trump is like, well, you know, it'll actually get cooler. Just watch. And Wade is like, I just wish science agreed with you. And Trump is like, well, you know, I don't think science knows, actually. I don't know what kind of cryptic shit he's on. Maybe he knows something, or maybe he's just a dumb motherfucker. I'm pretty sure he has ulterior motives, like Greenwald and Graduation. Caution, and you know it's caution. Can't really remember living in the caution. I know it's caution. I'm gonna do caution again like the boss. Can't you do the something higher than the moss? I'm in the caution. Hold me at the auction. I'm my bosses. I'm the poverty. Kick it like Chuck Norris. I'm using my bosses. I'm the Rosses. Shout out to the losses. Let me kick it more. Higher than the planets out of orbit. Coming through the game like a cordless. All the sniff on the minute in the flawless. Awesome, moment limit nauseous. Innocent nauseous. Not a novice. Know the star is. Show 'em what a star is. Forest, from the forest, and like forest, forest, can't forge this. Streets report of the New World Order. Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, right here we are with the coronavirus disease 2019, SARS-CoV-2, that Rona, BFN World Broadcast number 17 too. Make sure you check that out, blackfoxnews.com, link in the bio. But Rona, that actually has claimed, was infected 29 million people worldwide so far recorded, with 930,000 deceased. Now, some people argue over the numbers. They feel like they overcount, some feel like they undercounting. You know, and there's arguments for both. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's that's what those are the numbers that's out there, honestly. And people have to make decisions off of them shits. Now, you had the CEO of the largest vaccine manufacturer in the world, the Serum Institute of India, actually talking with the Financial Times, talking about how it's going to take 5 years in order to vaccinate everybody if they come out with a vaccine now, and that's if it's like a 2-dose vaccine, whatever that means, you know. Greenwald and Graduation. This report of the New World Order. Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, you know, we got the coronavirus pandemic out here shaking up the United States, of course, nearing 195,000 deceased in the U.S. from COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2, that Rona. BFN World Broadcast number 17, aka Rona. Make sure you check that out on our page, blackfoxnews.com, link in the bio. But nevertheless, though, you have the Children's Hospital Association and the American Association for Pediatrics saying that 550,000 children have actually tested positive for COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. In New York, you have these public schools. 5 public school staff members have actually tested positive for COVID-19. One school in the Bronx had to actually shut down before the shit even started because 2 people had tested positive for COVID-19. And then you actually have like some spike in the infection rates in Missouri, Iowa, North and South Dakota. So that's what's happening. You know, people think some people are playing with the numbers. Some people think they're undercounting, overcounting, but that's what we're dealing with though. Green Wall and graduation. News report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, hey yo, y'all remember when Trump, back in like around April, mid-April, Trump was actually getting people to open the economy back up. You know, he was trying to push for us to even spark those protests that was taking place by y'all knucklehead white motherfuckers against y'all local governments. Like, how Republican is that, right? It's not at all. That's sarcasm. But going right, basically revolting against their government over the COVID-19 rules. Now it comes out as journalist Bob Woodward had actually put up in his book that Trump knew how deadly it was. Well, now they leaked the audio, and they CNN aired it, and it's Trump saying, like, you know, this thing is a killer. If it gets you and you're the wrong person, you don't stand a chance. You know, it's like the plague. Like, this man knew how deadly it was. So it makes it look like he was obviously lying to the people. He's trying to reopen the economy. He even tweeted out at that time to liberate the Michigan, Minnesota, and Virginia for their COVID-19 rules. So this sparked protests and revolt against local governments, y'all. And look, and then y'all fake ass Republican MAGA motherfuckers claim y'all want y'all want government to get out of the local governments, but y'all want federal government out of your business. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, that's hypocrisy at its finest. That's about white supremacy, man. Y'all be showing y'all colors with that. And that's why I got that petition, get Donald Trump off Twitter, or change.org/peace/get-Donald-Trump-off-Twitter, because he has to go. But you know what I mean, I ain't really get too many signatures or whatever. But look, this is how serious that shit is. Like, now he got people riled up and was lying the whole fucking time. Green Wall graduation. Street support of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So you actually had Henderson, Nevada, that actually sent a fine, a $3,000 fine to the venue holder of the Trump rally that happened on Sunday. Now, mind you, they had a rule in play for COVID-19, barring venues from having 50 or more people. There were thousands of fucking MAGA big wickers that showed up into this venue. So, you know what I mean? Dang, you couldn't scale it up. They probably ain't give a flying fuck about no 3Gs. Like, just the whole host, the white thrill of the year. Like, this is crazy. So anyway, and Trump having getting asked by this local reporter, like, you know, aren't you concerned about, like, you know, anybody getting infected? He's like, no, I'm not concerned about that. She's like, well, what about the people there? And he's like, I'm more concerned about how close you are to me. And she's like, sorry about that. And he's like, no, I'm actually on stage. I'm far away, so I'm not concerned at all. Like, MAGA, he don't give a flying fuck about you. Think about that, man. And he was lying in public about how serious it was, and like, yo, that's crazy. If you still following, you are a all-star big fighter. Green Wall graduation. Streets report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So a federal appeals court actually ruled that the Trump administration, they could actually end this deportation protection program, the temporary protected status program that they have for like some 400,000 people. They're actually going to be people from, these are going to be nationals from Haiti, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and Sudan. All could start, ended up getting deported by as early as January. So obviously, you know, these are people that have been living here for decades. Some have like children that are like citizens already, and you know, it's a lot of people involved. And you have the National TPS Alliance. They're actually doing the Journey for Justice cross-country caravan next week, you know, to bring attention to the scenario. So, Green Wall and graduation. Streets report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, man. You see me in my Earth Day gear, man. Make sure you go ahead and you get you stuff like this. Support the movement at blackfoxnews.com/shop. The link is in the Black Fox News bio. You got other fly shit too. Now, nurse Dawn Wooten, a nurse at the Irwin County Detention center in Georgia. This is an immigrant detention center. She blew the fucking whistle on these niggas on how they have been forcing the women inmates in there to have hysterectomies. Now, hysterectomy is when they remove the uterus from a woman's body. The uterus is where, you know, a fetus turns into a baby, you know, before it's born. You remove that, you can't have menstrual cycles, damn sure can't have kids. So they're forcing women to have. One of the inmates there was saying like she thought this was like an experimental concentration camp. It's like they were experimenting with the women's bodies. So Project South actually took the account of this whistleblower, Dawn Rutan, and sent it to the Department of Homeland Security and the Office of the Inspector General. But you know who's gonna hold them accountable? They the ones doing it. Green Wall and graduation though. ICE is some shit. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, man, really sick. This report out of the New World, though, the Bishop Brady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So today, they actually holding a day of rage out in the Palestinians are actually out in the Gaza Strip, and they're doing this because, as I told y'all yesterday, what's going on today? They're signing a peace deal. Not even a peace deal. It's more of an agreement to normalize relations between Israel and Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates or Emirates, or the UAE. You know what I mean? However the fuck you pronounce that shit, right? Like, so this is actually the first time in 25 years that relations will have been normalized between Arab country and Israel. So the Palestinians are outraged. You even had people protesting, and really like the factions of Hamas and Fatah. They're actually forming a unified field leadership, as they call it, to go against the Israeli occupation. So they basically prepare for war. It's about to go the fuck down. And they had this agreement at the White House. Mind you, the United States gives weapons to the UAE. So this agreement, this signing actually happened at the White House. So best believe there's huge United States influence in this situation. And now it's about to be bloodshed. Green Wall and graduation. This report of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, yo. A little bad news, man. Like, not a little, 24 times the bad news with a boat capsizing off the coast of Libya in the Mediterranean Sea, killing at least 24 refugees. At least 45 survived, but these are people trying to make it to if, for those who don't know, the Mediterranean Sea separates Europe and Africa, and people be trying to make it to Europe, and I guess Europe wants to keep them niggas out because the United Nations called them out for having like these restrictions that they put on like in non-government organizations that like out there basically trying to better the situation. And you know, there seems to be laws that pop up, like remember in Italy and other nations where they really don't want to, I guess, an influx of niggas coming in their country. You know what I'm saying? In their continent. But that's what the deal is. You know what I mean? It's never that black and white, but sometimes it is though. Green Wall and graduation. Report of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So it's this wild refugee situation in Greece, right? In the island of Lesbos. A week ago, there was a Maria camp that was burnt down, leaving a bunch of refugees homeless. And they're still homeless today. Like, we're talking about 13,000 of them were left homeless. Some of them like unable to, they don't have access to running water, or like, you know, food, or don't even have the ability to leave the island. So they're also not trusting going to this Greek facility that was set up next like nearby. So they don't want to go there, and they're just like demonstrating, calling for help from other European nations and whatnot. Mind you, the police like hit them up with tear gas this weekend. Like, crazy situation where it would seem like did the Greeks set them up for this? Is this some type of like extermination project going on? Like, you know, it's all types of fears. You can just imagine. 13,000 left homeless. Green Wall and graduation. Support of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Belarus, in that Euro-Russian part of the map, right? You have a Human Rights Watch report actually shows that since the presidential election that they had last month, where President Alexander Lukashenko kept power, there's been a crackdown on the protests that have resulted from the people wanting him to resign. And you know, the report shows that they arbitrarily arrested thousands of people, mistreated hundreds and even tortured some people. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's getting real in Lukashenko trying to retain power. But even despite all of that, on this past Sunday, they still hit the streets of the capital, Minsk, Belarus, and were protesting, and police still stomped on them again. Like, you know what I mean? Attacked some, like arrested hundreds. So it's getting real over there. Russian President Vladimir Putin say he's gonna give him 1.5 billion to help him grapple this economic crisis, But it probably has some other shit attached to it. Green War and graduation, though. Streets reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Germany, oh my Jesus, man, I feel sorry for Holmes because he really be seeming to stand up for justice. But Alexei Navalny, this is the opposition leader in Russia. When you say opposition leader, basically the guy that's going up against the establishment leader up there is Vladimir Putin, the president of the country. Now, he actually was poisoned on a flight last month and then actually went into a freaking coma, induced coma. So he posted on Instagram, well, now he's in Germany, posted himself on Instagram coming from the hospital, out of the coma, yo. But yeah, I mean, it don't look too good. And think about how crazy of a situation that is. You can't even politically go up against another opponent without having to worry about getting poisoned on a flight. God damn. They not playing fair, but that's to remind all the leaders worldwide to stay woke though. Green War and graduation. Streets reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Japan, they're expected to have a new prime minister, Yoshihide Suga. This is somebody who's supported laws that would allow the military to do combat operations with other Japanese allies. You know what I mean? But this is somebody who is won by a landslide the ruling Liberal Democratic Party's leadership contest on Monday. So the dude that came, that's the prime minister, or his predecessor, we'll say, Shinzo Abe. This is the dude that got him through the coronavirus. You know what I mean? With decent numbers, he got him among other things. But I guess his time has come to the end. But Yoshi is expected to take up Shinzo Abe's attempt to revise parts of Japan's pacifist constitution. And also Yoshi's seen as being really pro-immigration, so that should be interesting how that plays out. Green War and graduation. This report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Y'all know at the end of all my BFN reports, I say Green War and graduation. That green a lot of times has to do with why I'm wearing this hoodie, this Earth Day hoodie, which you can get at blackfoxnews.com/shop. The link is in the bio. You can get it in different colors too. But this is what I'm repping today because we really got to take care of our environment. Now, the climate is causing effects. Over in Greenland, you had an ice block that broke off of the last remaining ice shelf in the Arctic. This shit is twice the size of Manhattan and broke off the ice sheet over there. So they said the ice sheet is actually in Greenland past the point of no return as far as melting. Keep in mind that U.S. government scientists have actually confirmed that this past summer was the hottest summer ever recorded in the Northern Hemisphere. So that's believed temperatures are getting more extreme. It's not about whether it's just hotter overall or colder overall. It's about shit getting more extreme. About this ice melting up north and then bringing that shit up to the Northern Hemisphere, having our winters extra cold and our summers extra hot and funky. You know what I'm saying? It splits up though, depending on how you graphing it. But everybody stay woke. Green War and graduation. Reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Brazil, actually, you have the Brazilian Pantanal. This actually has some of the world's most biodiverse land. Meaning it's a lot of different life there, world species, trees, and kind of this shit in the background, wild animals, and this shit has been on fire all year. They said they had wildfires that have scorched 5.8 million acres this year, and this is actually to put it in perspective, we have 5 million acres that's been scorching over in Cali right now. That's got them land going crazy, and the sky's turning orange and all of that. So they turned it up a notch now, but over a longer period of time. But nevertheless, these fires are typically caused by people trying to clear land for logging and farming. But they've been exacerbated this year by crazy droughts that they've been having that scientists say are linked to climate change. Now the conservationists out there, they're actually saying that these fires this year, they've caused a lot of loss in wildlife, including endangered species, jaguars, rare birds and type shit like that. So it's it's gonna, things like this change the planet for real. That's why you see me with my Earth Day shit on, man. Everybody stay woke, and the motto: green, war, and graduation. News report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, for the first time in nearly half a century, second time ever recorded, 5 cyclones are actually forming in the Atlantic Ocean today. You know what I'm saying? So it's we obviously are in these unprecedented weather times. Wonder why. You see me with my Earth Day hoodie on. You can get one at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Link is in the Instagram bio. But also you got to keep in mind that Hurricane Sally, if you're on the Gulf Coast, you need to be on the lookout for that. I mean, people expecting lethal flooding, storm surges, and all of that. So everybody stay woke, man, and keep this in mind. We need to, as a culture, shift towards at least ridding out the possibility of everything being for climate change. You know what I'm saying? Treat the earth like a body. I could go on and on about this shit. Get you an Earth Day hoodie, and support the movement as we continue to support y'all. Green, war, and graduation. Street reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So let me tell you about this hypocritical ass Republican government that we got in there with talking about this law and order shit, when you could tell by the positions that they end up appointing people with all of these conflicts of interest in these positions. Clearly they don't hold that shit in high regard, motherfucking law and order or integrity at it. Now, David Legates, this is a professor at the University of Delaware, known climate change denier, has pushed for more fossil fuels, has had his research funded by major gas companies and the Robert Mercer funded Heartland Institute, Koch Industries. And Koch Industries, David Koch, he died a couple years ago. They make plastics and emit all types of fuck shit to the environment. So of course the conflict of interest is very real. David Legates has been appointed to a top position at the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA. This is an organization that really gives us reports on changes in the weather pattern and lets us know what is going on with the environment, obviously. So the conflict of interest is real, and the move that's trying to be made by the right wing is real. They don't give a fuck about what other New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Michael Capuzzo, this is the spokesperson for the Department of Health and Human Services in Trump's radical right-wing government. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna call y'all motherfuckers radical, and we're gonna go get into it. Even in this story right here, Michael Caputo is out on Facebook Live. You're a government official. You're on Facebook Live talking about how, without it presenting any evidence, how there's a left-wing armed militia that's given up to basically lead an insurrection against the government once Trump wins presidency. So he's encouraging people to stock up their guns. Code to all them right-wing radical motherfuckers to get radical, basically. But he's not even putting out any evidence, and he's basically saying that Joe Biden's going to refuse to concede the election, and then when Trump refuses to step down at the inauguration, that's when the shooting's going to start. So he's talking about how the U.S. government scientists were dealing with the coronavirus, and what they were trying to lead sedition against them, basically turn against the government, and even had an anti-Trump resistance unit in the CDC to undermine Trump and this bullshit he's been saying about the coronavirus in public, I guess. But here's the kicker, though. Michael Caputo, who was also on, tweeting some other bullshit that, ended up getting his account apparently disabled. But he also is part of he's going to be under investigation because the House Democrats, they actually say they're looking into this report that says how government officials, including Michael Caputo, are actually trying to get the CDC, and they're reviewing their reports, their COVID-19 reports, and altering them as well to try to make it look like Trump is actually doing good with this coronavirus, and the numbers are doing good. Crazy. So these are the reports that we've been looking to actually let y'all know what's happening, and they tampering with me. Green War and graduation though. Streets report of the New World Order. Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So a federal judge actually shut down the Trump administration's attempt to impose these new immigration restrictions. And they did so after ruling that the acting secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Chad Wolf, is likely serving unlawfully at that position. Now, the House Homeland Security Committee actually subpoenaed for Chad Wolf to testify this week about allegations from a whistleblower saying that he was actually getting the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, to alter intelligence. So these are the same people that's supposed to inspect themselves regarding these forced hysterectomies that's going on in them Georgia facilities. Like, you see what I'm talking about, people? I mean, treachery at the core. Green War and graduation. Report of the New World Order. Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. In Lancaster, PA, it was rubber good bullets and tear gas shot out by the police officers going at these protests. 8 people were arrested. They were protesting because 27-year-old Ricardo Munoz was actually shot down by police. And the footage actually shows Munoz getting shot while he was holding a knife by the cops who were responding to a domestic disturbance complaint. Munoz's family says that he suffered from schizophrenia and paranoia. Green War and graduation.